So one of the questions that I get asked pretty frequently is, Pastor Rob, how do I read the Bible? What's the best approach? And so it's something that I learned, I want to say probably over a decade ago. I was listening to a pastor speak, and he said something that just absolutely opened up my eyes for how I can become more consistent. And what this pastor said, and now I've said it for years here at The Journey, is make it a point to read at least one chapter of the Bible every day. Now, if you take this on as a daily habit, typically you need 10 or 15 minutes, whether it's in the morning, if that's your best and fresh time, or at night before you go to bed, if that's just, make it a time where you can just be quiet, where you can, whether the kids go to bed or you just have a few minutes for yourself, for you and God. And what you do is you sit down and you grab that Bible. Now, a lot of you have received the New Believer's Bible. This is a great resource because the New Believer's Bible is filled with some great notes that you can use to grow in your knowledge of the Bible and to be able to just get some questions answered. But what you do is you go to your Bible and you open it up and you go to Matthew chapter 1 and you just read one chapter every day. If you did this in just 3 months, which is not a whole lot of time, you would read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which is the life story of Christ. But when you read, one of the things I'll encourage you to do is have a pen handy. And actually, I love the physical Bible. I know there are a lot of people who love to read on YouVersion. And what you do is, as you read, if there's something that strikes you, you can underline it like, man, that's really good. Or if there's a question that you have, you can go ahead and write the question in the margin. And what I really value is the opportunity to interact with people. So if you come across something, you're like, man, I got a question about this, email me, robw@thejourneynh.com. And you email me and I'll either send you a reference to go ahead and go further with an answer, or I'll answer the question myself, or both, probably, because that's what I do. But I'd love to interact with you some more on that. And what you do is you read one chapter of the Bible every day. It will be the single-handed best way to actually push forward in your walk with God. One other thing, when you read the Bible, forget what you know. Go to the Bible as kind of a blank slate. So when you read something, re-engage with it, re-interact with it. As a matter of fact, I would say if you read something, you're like, wow, I never thought about that before, I never saw that before, maybe even make that a point where you stop and you just kind of meditate on that and you think about that for the rest of the day and what does that mean for my life? But these few tips, one chapter of the Bible every day, write down questions, email me, and then forget what you know. If you'll do that, I guarantee you, you will be able to read the Bible in a way like maybe you've never read before. And that's trusting if you have tried to do it before. So I just want to challenge you in this, one chapter a day. You're going to hear me say it from the pulpit. How many chapters of the Bible should you read every day? At least one. So email me with any questions, and happy reading.